Good morning. Hello, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to offer some support. This is one of my supportive videos, and what I'm doing is I've decided to record these on my video camera, so the quality should be better. And what I'm trying to lean towards is, instead of creating a support for a day, which this I'm sure will be anyway, I want to create like a theme or a sentence or some topic that this video covers, so that it also becomes a resource that we can look back on later. Because I get a lot of emails from people and they ask me, how do I let go? How do I do this? How do I do that? And I'm sure I've done a ton of videos about that topic. So what I'm thinking of doing is starting to catalogue things so that I can say, okay, here's a bunch of videos about opening, here's a bunch of videos about letting go, or whatever the topic's going to be. So this may come through a little differently. What I'm trying to do is really think about the longevity of the message of this particular video. So it's coming to you today, and I trust it brings you great support and maybe can be a good reference for you later. So welcome, extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. So I'm here down the backyard. It's quite cool, hence the beanie today and the big cardigan thing. The birds are loving it. It's just beautiful and calm and cool and just really nice. So I felt that I wanted to be here and connect with you. Recently I painted this phoenix drum, which has found its new home. So it will be going out in the next day or two. So I thought that it would be really nice for us to connect with this before it goes to its keeper, to share a bit of its medicine with us. So I'll be using this drum and I'll be working with my healing energy cards. So take a nice big breath. I'm not pulling cards for individuals. This is energy for this moment, and like I say, I'm hoping to create a catalogue with this, so I'll talk about a theme or a topic that comes up, but that will be based on the cards that I pull and what I'm feeling. So I'm shuffling the cards. While I'm shuffling, I also recommend that you just take on board what feels right to you as I share in this video, and let the rest of the stuff go. I trust, and you can trust, that you've been led here for a reason. Don't trust it because I said it. Trust it because you feel it to be so. And we'll see where we flow with this. So the best healing energy card for now, as we focus and move towards some drumming time, is this. It's card 9, called Accomplishment. It says, be proud of what you've achieved. Accept who you are and where you are. It may be a great time to retreat and catch your breath. So this is very much, when this card typically comes up, I see it as the mountains that we climb in our life. You know, there's times that we might feel like we're climbing a bit of a mountain, and some areas are really steep, some maybe not so much, but we're sort of, you know, climbing towards something, trying to get through something. And we're being reminded with this card to find a space to stop, catch our breath, and look at how far we've come. Look at the view that we can see from this position. What is there to be grateful for us? What can we appreciate? Can we give ourselves time to stop and notice and acknowledge for ourselves where we've come from and what we have accomplished? Sometimes we spend so much time focusing on getting to that mountain peak, or getting to that goal, or getting through that thing, that we forget to stop and catch our breath. So let's think of this as a time to stop, catch our breath and count our blessings. And also to really acknowledge how far we've come and what we've been through and what we have achieved at this time. So I'm going to play the drum and encourage or hold this space for us to really take this moment to stop and look at the view from where we are right now in our life. To stop and catch our breath. So take some nice big breaths now, settle into your body, and I'm going to play the drum. If you're new to listening to the drum, then I encourage you just to listen. Let the sound carry you and support you and hold you. If you want to take it deeper, then please let the drum carry you and take you further into connection with this moment, into your body, and into looking at the view of where you stand, the position that you're in right now in your life. So take a nice big breath and let's listen to this beautiful drum. I haven't played it yet. So take some nice big breaths. I don't know if you noticed, but I don't usually play the drum like that. I felt really drawn to the silence, those quiet moments in between the drum beats, those quiet moments in between our breathing in and out, that point where I sort of think sometimes of as our breathing like a circle or an egg shape, when we're, say, breathing in, holding, breathing out, holding. So that transitional point, that space, that millisecond, that minute moment of silence in between our heartbeats, that silence in between those beats of the drum. And this is what I'm really drawn to today, and as I connect here, is that action, the action that we take. We're climbing the mountain, we're walking, running, busy, doing this, doing that. This connection today is very much about stopping, looking at the view, catching our breath and pausing. Taking a moment to soak it all in. Taking a moment to rest, to heal, to just be, to listen. Maybe to refuel, maybe to rest, and then get that energy building again. So this has very much been about the pause, the silence, the inaction, the rest, the dormancy. But if you just joined in, welcome. If we think of it in relation to this card, and this card was the card that I was working on with the drum, it's called Accomplishment. This is about, as I mentioned before, I don't want to repeat myself too much, but, this is about just stopping. And, a great time to do that is when we're feeling overwhelmed. As soon as I start feeling overwhelmed and I've got so much to do and there's just more and more and more to do and my mind's in a flurry and my body's exhausted, when I stop and get some perspective, I see that I actually need to stop. And it can seem a bit counterproductive because we're so busy, but when we stop, get some perspective, look at our list, go, okay, there's actually not that much I need to do. My mind is really blowing things out of proportion. I clearly need to stop. So whenever I start feeling overwhelmed, it's my sure sign now that I need to stop. I need to pause. I need to take a couple of days. I need to just stop. So this is about stopping. It's about pausing. It's about finding those moments in between the busyness and the stresses of our life to stop. And if you've been able to do that during this video, that may be all you need. To stop, catch your breath, count your blessings, look at how far you've come, refuel yourself, re-energize yourself so you can keep going. So I'm going to put this card back. I'm going to prepare to pull a card to go. So before I do, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you want to connect more privately, please send us a message through our website. So let us see. If you want to learn as well, if you want to learn more about me and the work that I do at Temple of Balance, please visit my website at templeofbalance.com.au. So I'm looking for a card to go. This will be especially important as we work with the energy that's come up during this sharing, and think about how we can carry it into our life over the next day or so. What do we need to think about now about anchoring or implementing or moving forward from here? What's next is what we want to know. Oh, we have card 32 called Illusion, and it says repel negative and attached energies. Keep your protection high. Be on the lookout, but not paranoid, for hidden, secret, or attacking intentions. Replace all illusion with truth. There is a protection that's coming up with this card. And we're being encouraged to use our downtime, our pause time, our stopping time, our time to catch our breath. We're being encouraged to use this to ensure that we're not letting negativity and stresses outside of us take over or weigh or wear us down. We're being encouraged to really look at our boundaries that we've got in place and maybe reinforce some boundaries that need reinforcing. So we can check in and make sure our boundaries are supporting us. Are we saying yes when we really want to say no? You know, there might be some things that we need to look at in our life to ensure we're keeping our space nice and clear and positive and honest. Because we're not doing ourselves or the people that we're saying yes to any favours if we're saying yes when we really want to say no. We're actually lying to ourselves. So let's sit in with our heart, and it's not just simply yes and no stuff for boundaries. There are things that we might need to think about that are pulling us down or weighing us down. People in our life who we find really draining. We might have to put some boundaries up around such people or such situations. So what this will do is help keep us energy aligned with the truth, because we're being honest with ourselves and we're doing what we need to do to look after ourselves. And it will also help keep our energy levels higher, so we're not so pulled down by life, pulled down by things. So illusion, grab that card straight from your deck if you want to work with it over this next day or so. And it's come from my healing energy cards, which you can learn more about on my website. Thanks so much for joining me today. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you again sometime very, very soon. So take care and bye for now.